I want to begin by sharing a story. So it's winter time, and three young kids, they have their sleds. They're two boys and a girl. And the two boys have their sleds, and this little girl has a sledding disc. And they go up the top of the steep hill, and the boys get in their sled and they are sliding down and just having a fantastic time, laughing and screaming. And they get to the bottom of the hill and they are like, wow, they look back up, wow, this was exciting. The little girl who has a sledding disc, she gets into her sledding disc and starts down the hill. And as she's going down the hill, in a few moments, the disc begins to spin. And then the disc, just topples her and the girl rolls down the hill. So I'm sharing this story with you because it's really an example. See, when there is a steep hill, it really helps to have a sled with rudders. The two boys who came down the hill, their sleds had rudders. But the little girl who came down the hill, hers was a disc. It did not have rudders. So, you know, she's still dealing with the experience of coming down that hill, and there was lots of tears. There was no joy and laughter like the boys were experiencing. And she's probably not gotten over it, for many, many years. The point is, in our life, there's a lot of steep hills. And as we are going down these steep hills in our life, it's really important to have rudders. And specifically in this conversation, the rudder that I'm referring to is a practice, a spiritual practice, meditation, a structured something that you follow that makes that really provides you with the support that is needed to deal with the challenges that come at you as you're going down the steep hill in or a steep hill of life. I have been very fortunate, growing up in India, in our home, there was always spiritual practices being done by my grandmother and my great grandmother. So I was very a part of it. I began practicing consciously, before I was 10 years old. But when I was 13, there was more structure. And I really got into it until I got into my early 20s. And then afterwards, there was a period of time where I stopped everything. And then I would say 20 years ago, I got back into it. And my experience has been that my journey has been that having a strong spiritual practice is really critical. I always tell my clients this: we are spiritual beings having a human experience. Our spirit has for some time loaned this physical body, and when our purpose has been accomplished, if we use this body to fulfill on that purpose, that's ideal. And there's going to be a time that this body will go its way and the spirit will continue. And that's my belief. And it's critical, if we are spiritual beings having a human experience, it's critical to have a spiritual practice. So my encouragement to my listeners and those of you who are here joining me today is, if you have a spiritual practice, yes, do it with more focus and concentration, and take it deeper. If you don't have a spiritual practice, or if you used to have one like I did not do it for some time, please consider it. It makes a big difference. It is the rudder that gives us the support, helps us steer as we are going through life, as we are going and navigating all the different challenges in our life. So thank you, Melissa. Thank you. Um, I appreciate that. Yes. Spirituality was a part of my growing up upbringing, and I've done over the years different practices, and now I've been very, I would say, dedicated to one specific thing that I do on a consistent basis. So thank you. And if you have further questions, you would like to know a little bit more and how I can empower you to take on the practice that's going to support you, I would love to have a conversation. And the best way to get in touch with me is get on my calendar, meetsandhya.com, and I will put the calendar link in the description of this video and also in the comment. And to answer your question, Melissa, what I recommend people use, my recommendation, the simplest thing is breathing and meditation. It's really simple. Getting present to our breath. We can begin with a simple exercise as breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth, like we are breathing out into a straw. And that just really helps calm our nervous system. And then, as after we've taken these few breaths, just close your eyes and stay present to the inhalation and exhalation. And do that for 5 or 10 minutes. What you're going to find is as you start breathing, inhaling and exhaling, after a few moments, your mind will be all over the place. All you have to do is bring your attention back to the breath, inhalation and exhalation. And you begin with 5 to 10 minutes at a time and start with that. And that is one thing I would recommend. Of course, there are so many meditation practices. And if you would really like to find out more of what would be the best fit for you, I really recommend we have a conversation because I would really like to know your background, what your experiences are, what you have already been introduced to, and then I can share what may be the best fit for you. Hope that answers your question. Yes, Judy. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Absolutely. Well, ladies, thank you for joining me today. And yes, let's get our rudders in place so we can steer the hills in our life with ease and grace. Until next time. All right. Bye bye.